We are live. I think I had it scheduled for maybe an hour or so from now, but now is the time. The house is empty for maybe a few minutes, maybe longer. So I've got a whole bunch of new fragrances that I wanted to show to you. And if we have a good group join, hopefully we can do some interaction and that kind of thing. So that is the plan for tonight. I'm going to go through, I think I have 7 new fragrances here, and I'm going to show them to you, talk through them, and then I'll go back and forth and do some Q&A and that kind of thing. So as you join the stream, be sure to comment and make yourself known. Please give the video a like. Those little things help the stream to get out in front of more people so that more can join us and so that I am able to have a bigger impact and a bigger reach. So thank you so much for joining, those of you who have. So I've got a couple brand new releases here, and then I've got a couple that are new releases to me, and then I got a little sort of hodgepodge of some things that were sent to me that I'm just now testing. So that is the plan for tonight. I see a number of people have joined. Go ahead and comment, and feel free to ask questions. Let me know where you're watching from, and we'll just take it from there. So all right, first up, I wanted to mention this one right here. Let me know if you have either seen people talking about this one yet, or if you have it. This is Armaf Ombre d'Or, D''OR, I think is how they spell it, but it is an alternative to Matiere Premier's Crystal Saffron. Now, I have not tried Crystal Saffron. I didn't really know what to expect. I just knew this thing has been getting a pretty significant amount of hype. At least there's several big reviewers who have gotten a hold of it, reviewed it, and really talked it up, said it's like identical to the one that it's emulating and super high quality. So I paid a lot for it. I haven't seen it for less than $50. I think I paid a little over $50 for it. And I was intrigued. I thought, well, if if people with a big voice are saying it's amazing, it's worth a shot. That's what I do with a lot of my fragrances. I see things that people really seem to dig, and then I get them so that I can experience them and so I can share them with you. However, this one's a little different. This one is, it's not what I thought. It's not, something that, I'm not excited about it personally. And the reason why is there's not a lot to it that appeals to my taste. Now, everybody's got an opinion, but I'll just say this, that it's very similar to me, very similar to Ganymede. It's a very simple fragrance. It is powerful, powerful saffron. Metallic saffron, very dry fragrance, pretty much no sweetness to speak of. It literally smells like, yes, high quality saffron, but like you just took like a bushel of like dry, high quality saffron and smell it. Super similar to me to Ganymede. And so, I'm going to keep wearing it. Surprisingly, my wife kind of liked it. She was like, yeah, it's all right. And I expected her to say that it was awful. My kids were pantomiming dry heaving whenever I sprayed it on the first time. So I don't think it's going to appeal to the younger crowd that much. But, for $50, I can't necessarily recommend it right now unless you love Ganymede or unless you love Crystal Saffron. It is beast mode strong. I can tell you that. And I saw I think Aromatics, maybe even Gent Sense and Cal Cologne, all those guys have said that it's really good. So apparently it's really like the original. That very well may be true. But, so far, to me, I'm not loving it. It's just decent. If you love saffron, then it is the most saffron dominant thing that I've ever smelled. So that one is Ombre d'Or. Again, it's all right. It's not anything that I'm super duper excited about. All right, I see a number of you are joining now. We've got Mike asking about the start time. Yes, Eastern time. We've got David saying, what's the best jazz club clone? And then we've got Magnificum Imperium saying, what is the name? It is backwards. Okay, yeah. I guess that they reset their settings. Let me see if I can fix that now. I don't think I can fix it. I think it's too late to fix that. I would have had to do it before the stream starts. Every now and then YouTube, maybe whenever I update, I have to go back in and redo that setting. It's pretty obnoxious. But it's Armaf Ombre D'Or is what it's called. Best jazz club clone. So I only know of a few, and I would say the ones that I have are sort of equally as good. Let's see here. I've got Chez Pierre's Smooth Jazz, and then I've got Olfactory Music Fest by Fragrance World, and they both smell almost identical. I would say I think the Fragrance World is maybe a slight bit drier, and then the Chez Pierre has a touch more sweetness, but both of these are pretty close to the original. You know, if you like the original, you would like either of these, Chez Pierre or the Fragrance World is called Olfactory Curated Fragrances Music Fest. This one per milliliter would be the most economical, the best price. So this is something interesting that just happened over the past month. I have had 3 videos removed by YouTube over the past month. About a year ago, if you've been around the kind of YouTube fragrance world for a while, you may remember that about a year ago, a bunch of creators were getting videos removed who were talking about clone fragrances, fragrance dupes, etc. Well, I've just been like blasted by the censors over the past month. I had a giveaway video, which I'll probably do a giveaway in this video because they removed the video where I did 10 new generic perfume fragrances, and then I was going to give one away. Well, YouTube totally deleted it, so I can't see the comments anymore. I can't see anything about it. I lost whatever revenue it produced. So I'm going to actually give away that bottle during this live stream. If we get up to 50 live viewers, then I will go ahead and give away the bottle during the live stream. So comment and share, and that'll cause more people to jump on. All that being said, though, and then I got a couple others removed as well. One of them was on a Maison Alhambra line that just came out, and then the other one was a live stream. And it's bizarre because whenever YouTube removes something, you know, you can appeal it, you can send in your reasoning for why you didn't do anything wrong, and you get back an automated response. You never get a human to tell you why something was removed. But in each case, they said that I violated the counterfeit products policy. But legally, you can Google this and find a bunch of lawsuits that have happened around this. It has gone through U.S. federal court a number of times that it is not illegal to imitate a fragrance. It's considered to be a skill and a science rather than an art. And so anyway, it's already gone to court multiple times. So in other words, by saying that this apparently smells like crystal saffron, or by saying this apparently smells like jazz club, that is not illegal and it's not counterfeit. It's just inspired fragrance, inspired fragrance. So I appealed to YouTube. Of course, they don't reinstate my video. So they've actually cost me a good bit of money doing that. My bigger concern is I don't want my channel to get deleted, because if you get 3 strikes, your channel's deleted. I've been building this channel for 3 years. I've spent literally tens of thousands of dollars and probably tens of thousands of hours. My point is, though, I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to navigate it. Like, what language do I need to use? What kind of thumbnails do I need to create in order to avoid basically years worth of work and investment just being deleted? So I wanted to let you know that that's going on. It is a thing. I kind of dodged the bullet the last time this was happening a year ago, but I know Gent Scents got hit with it. I know Aromatics did, and a bunch of smaller creators like me also did. So I'm trying to navigate that. So if you have any thoughts in the chat, let me know. All right, so moving right along, let's see. We've got Jahoni saying right on. We've got Ismail saying what's up, chat. We've got, and then Jahoni saying scent of the day is Rayhan Lion. Very cool. Rayhan Lion, is that a Lamal Elixir clone? You'll have to let me know. All right, this is one that I also just got in. It's not new, but it's new-ish. I think it came out in 2024. But this one's interesting. So this one is obviously one of the Paris Corner Vue fragrances, and the ones in this bottle, they emulate Xerjoff fragrances. So like this one is the alternative to Naxos. I've also got the alternative to, yeah, this one is Vue Zingi. This one's an alternative to Torino 21. This one, so far, I love the way it smells, but it's really weak. I would love to hear if any of you have it. I'm going to tell you the notes before I even tell you what it's emulating, but it's one of those things with Paris Corner, you know, they make some amazing scents. I actually just released a Paris Corner video this week on top 10 Paris Corner fragrances, but it is so common with Paris Corner that you get in a fragrance and it takes a while for it to macerate, for it to smell as good as it's eventually going to smell. So this one, again, it's called Vue Patisserie. It's got cardamom, tangerine, saffron, apple, rose, vanilla, and sandalwood. And it smells amazing, and it's an alternative to Italica, Xerjoff Italica, which I don't think I've ever smelled the original. I do have some of the other Casamarati fragrances. It's in the same kind of bottle as this one, but it's a little bit more of a gourmand Xerjoff. It smells amazing, but it's gone in like an hour. And so, yeah, I don't know. I expect that it's going to become amazing in a couple months. Like I remember whenever I got this one is a Fève Délicieuse alternative. And whenever I got it, it was totally weak sauce. Like same as this one. It was gone in like 45 minutes. Now this thing is a monster. I think it's actually an Extrait. Yeah, this is an Extrait de Parfum. But whenever I got it, it was like very fleeting. This is like chocolate and cherry and vanilla and tonka bean. It's definitely very unisex. This one is also kind of gourmand, you know, vanilla, spicy, and those notes I just mentioned, citrus, you know, but I don't know, man. It just doesn't last right now. So let me know if any of you have tried this one. I hope that it strengthens, and I hope that the longevity improves. I mean, it wasn't that expensive. I think I paid about 35 bucks for it. All right, we've got Damn Sense saying much love from Texas. Welcome to the stream, man. Much love right back at you. We've got Ms. Honey saying, I'm new here, amazed. I know you have Bond Number 9, my favorite. Believe it or not, I don't have any Bond Number 9. I don't think. I've got a few decants of Bond Number 9. I've got a ton of alternatives or clones of Bond Number 9 fragrances. I literally probably have 30. This is not one. This is Xerjoff. But yeah, but welcome to the stream. Great to have you. Jahoni's saying Lamal clone. It's a good clone. Nice. Jonathan says Jesus is Lord. Come on. And then we've got Miss Honey saying, oh, yeah, sorry to let you down. I do have a niche shelf. This one right here is all niche fragrances, but no Bond Number 9 yet. You know, there's just so many good, affordable alternatives that I haven't forced myself, you know, to pay 300 plus a bottle for the real thing yet. All right, so a couple other new pickups. This one is phenomenal. I just got this one in this week. It came out a few months ago, maybe 3-4 months ago, but this is incredible. So this is the newest Givenchy Gentleman Society. It's called Ambre, A-M-B-R-E-E, so maybe it's Ambre, but I think it's pronounced Ambre. as in amber is what that's supposed to mean. So this is a warm, spicy iris or orris kind of, sweet, but also clean, like in that kind of iris clean, not quite soapy, but leaning in that direction with a good bit of spice. It smells phenomenal, and it smells a lot like this. I mean, it's not a clone by any means, but real similarities to Dior Homme Parfum 2025. This has got a lot more iris. If you like that lipsticky iris, this has got way more of that. This one might be a little more sweet. It's got chocolate in it as well, I believe. So it's got a little bit more of a chocolatey sweetness, but Dior Homme Parfum has a pretty good ambery sweetness as well. So I'm loving both of them. Both of them are definitely right, in my style of fragrance. I would say this one's probably more like the more youthful version. This one is like masterpiece territory and maybe a little more mature. So let me know if you've tried this one. I haven't loved all of the Society fragrances, but this is the first one that I liked enough to buy it. So I love Givenchy in general. I love the Society line. I love a couple of their other lines as well. Not the Society line, the Gentleman line. I love the Gentleman line, but this is the first Society that I've bought. It is an EDP. It's got great performance and fairly mass-pleasing as well. I've gotten a couple compliments on it already. So pretty good stuff. And even on Fragrantica, they are making comparisons to Dior Homme Parfum 2025. And this one you can already find at a major discount. It's like $155 or something like that at retail, but you can easily get it for $90 already on the discounters. So pretty good stuff right there. Let's see what else we got. We've got Miss Honey saying, do you use all that? No. I mean, I try. I wear something different every day, and there's rarely a day that goes by that I don't wear at least a couple fragrances. And that's largely because I'm always testing new stuff. I'm always like, trying to find the longevity and see what notes I can discover in fragrances and all that. So I test fragrances every day, but I don't even know, I lost count around 600, but well over 600 fragrances. And so, that means I could wear whatever that is, two a day for an entire year, basically, before I started to recycle. But I have my favorites, of course. All right, I got a couple more new releases I'm going to show you, but let me hit some comments. AB says, let's go. Yeah, man, welcome, or miss, whoever you are, welcome to the stream. And then bond number 9 is 500 plus. Yeah, it depends on where you buy it. If you buy it at retail, for sure, but there are some gray market retailers where you can save a bunch of money on that. Fragrance Buy, sometimes Fragrance Net, even Joma Shop. Sometimes you can save a bunch on bond number 9 fragrance. Jonathan says, Hollister Drift is a hidden gem. I have not seen that, I don't think. I think actually Hollister fragrances are like a hidden gem house. Like, they just discontinued Hollister SoCal, which is amazing. This was like one of my sort of favorite hidden gem cheapies. I can't believe they discontinued it. This is leather, vanilla, coconut, amazing stuff. Even this one, you can still find this one at Rack Stores, Hollister Wave 2. A couple of the Wave fragrances were really good, but this one is really good. So yeah, I haven't tried that one, but I love Hollister as a kind of cheapy hidden gem house. And then Dr. Sadaf says, hi, can I Learn English from you? If you were to watch 3 of my videos a day with subtitles, that would probably help. So, I'm just saying that could be a possibility. So, all right, we've got Damn Sense again saying deliciousness is so good. Frenetic Tobacco is where it's at. I haven't tried Frenetic Tobacco, but I think, isn't it a dupe of Tobaccolore? I didn't pick up that one because I am so happy with this one. This stuff is amazing. I got a hold of another fragrance. I think it's in the other room, but I got a hold of one of Dossier's original creations. Which one is it? It's golly, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's the rum and amber, golden rum and amber, and it actually smells a lot like this as well, but it doesn't have the smokiness. There's another fragrance, Panadora Moonlight, also smells a lot like Tabacalore, but it's a little different as well. It doesn't have the plum note. So I guess what I'm saying is I have a lot of things that smell like this, so I didn't pick up the Paris Corner dupe, but I love that fragrance profile in general, so I totally understand why you are digging it. It's really good stuff. Let's see. King says, I got a message. I had one of your giveaways. Then they wanted me to claim it with WhatsApp. Yeah, so I always say this in my videos where I do giveaways. Do not allow anybody to trick you. It happens all the time, but not only to me, it happens to any content creator who has any kind of a reach, who does giveaways. I will only put winners in my post tab on my channel. Used to be called the community tab. YouTube changed it. Now you go to a channel and you click on posts. And in my post tab is where I announce my giveaway winners. I had to do that because scammers will go in, they will steal my channel icon. They'll literally, copy the image of my channel, and then they'll create a fake channel with something very similar to my channel name, and then they'll private message people. And I've actually had people send them money before. So I've even sent free stuff to viewers because they got scammed and I felt bad. I don't do that anymore because it happens too much. But yeah, warning to everyone, any giveaway I ever do, I absolutely will not message you. I'll never ask you to send me money for shipping, nothing like that. I pay for everything. I just get you to email me so that I can verify your YouTube username, and then I get your address and I send it to you. So sorry that happened to you, and anybody else that's happened to, I apologize. I hate that there are scammers like that on YouTube, but they are everywhere. Flo says, good morning, greetings from Romania. Good morning and greetings to you. It's evening here, but all right, so let me hit a couple other things here. What else do I got? Okay, so this one I mentioned in my live stream last weekend. It is fire, and I'm mentioning it again this time for a reason. So this is Nusuk Fawa Midnight Edition. And so this is a really good Parfums de Marly Wajan alternative. Warm, spicy cinnamon and fruit, and it's like a spicy and aromatic sweet fragrance. Perfect for the winter. It smells like the holidays. It smells like Thanksgiving and Christmas. It smells amazing. So does Wajan. Another really good one of the same DNA is Fragrance World Legion. Another one that's really good. Either of these, this one's easier to find, although it used to be impossible to find. This one, though, the reason I'm mentioning it again this week is because I saw it at a bunch of places. I think yesterday I looked for it. If you Google it, if you're in the U.S. anyway, if you Google Nusuk Fawa, F-A-W-A-H, Midnight Edition, then you'll find it. Or at least as of yesterday, I found it in 4 or 5 different stores. And it's very good. I've tested performance now. It lasts a long time. I still think it's very close to the original. So if you were interested in that, I had a few people last time ask where to get it. None of the stores are necessarily places that I could say like, yeah, it's at Fragrance Net or it's at Fragrance Buy or whatever, Joma Shop. It was more like some smaller retailers and eBay. There's actually a lot of them on eBay. But nevertheless, if you don't have a good Wajan alternative, this one is really good. Okay. What else? Okay, so there's a company that reached out to me and asked if I wanted them to send me some fragrances. And I get a lot of those, and a lot of them, you know, I'll say no thank you, or I just don't respond to, because a lot of the time I just don't have time I don't have the time to invest in making videos unless it's something that I'm confident is going to be good. And it's no offense to the ones that I say no to, but if it's something I've never heard of, or if it seems to be like an individual making fragrances, I don't receive them. But, you know, these guys were persistent, and I respect that. The reason I finally said yes is because they make Extrait de Parfum fragrances, and their website actually looked very legit. They had some good reviews and stuff. So the brand is actually called The Clone. You know, decent packaging. They are Extrait de Parfum, and they sent me 3 fragrances. So they sent me probably their 3 best sellers, I would imagine. So this one is a Lost Cherry dupe, which I don't know if you remember a few years ago, probably 3-4 years ago, Tom Ford Lost Cherry dupes were like just everywhere, and they were on fire. It was, you know, a very, very popular fragrance. It's hard to imagine, it's hard to believe that that was only 2 or 3 years ago. Now there are so many new fragrances and new clones coming out that it seems like it's been a long time since I've seen a Lost Cherry dupe. You know, you've got Tom Ford's released a bunch of other cherry fragrances since then. Cherry Buzz, Cherry Smoke. There's a good cherry smoke alternative from Fragrance World. Anyway, that being said, I do really like Lost Cherry a lot, actually, and this one is actually very, very good, and it's got insane performance. I had a couple of other Lost Cherry dupes. One of them I gave to my sister. She absolutely loved it. I had Paris Corners. I gave it to her, and then the other one I think I gave to my niece. But anyway, I think this is the only one I have now, but it's good. Like it smells amazing, and it lasts forever. It's one of those, you know, like the few times I wore it, I sprayed it on at night, and like after the shower the next day, it was still a skin scent, probably because it's an extrait. So the Clone, this is number 33. It's called Naked Cherry. Sorry, the camera's backwards. I will try to fix that before my next live stream. Somebody just mentioned that to me. This one smells amazing. This is a Louis Vuitton Symphony alternative. It's called Lost in Symphony. And I'm a little confused because, you know, it is, I don't know if I've ever even smelled Symphony. If I have, it's been a while. It's been, I don't know, at least a year. The reason it's confusing is because it smells legitimately amazing, but it's reminding me a little bit of Pacific Chill, as in Louis Vuitton Pacific Chill. It's got a little bit of a similar kind of sweet, rindy citrus. It doesn't have that earthy fig note, and it's not as kind of, as sort of deep. It doesn't have that little bit of an essence of deep aquatic, but the sweet fruitiness, and especially that kind of naturalistic, rindy fruitiness, actually does remind me a little bit of Pacific Chill. It smells legitimately, it smells amazing. I'm going to actually look up the notes because, again, I don't know, I don't know if it's accurate or not. That's why I'm saying this, is because I don't know if it is totally off the wall, if it's supposed to remind me of Pacific Chill. But here's the notes from this fragrance and Symphony, because it has the same notes as Symphony. It's got grapefruit, bergamot, ginger, and absolutely the grapefruit bergamot. It's a sweet grapefruit bergamot and kind of rindy, almost like photorealistic. And then that ginger, that little bit of fresh spiciness with those is, you know, that. So in other words, I think they're nailing the fragrance profile as far as the notes being listed, but I'm just confused as to why this is reminding me of Pacific Chill. So I just say all that to say, does anybody have Symphony, and does it remind you a little bit of Pacific Chill? You know, because I don't know. I don't know why this does. But I can tell you, out of all the fragrances I got last week, My daughter and my wife liked this one the most. And I get it because again, it smells really, really good. So this one's called Lost in Symphony. All right, let me hit some comments. Javier says, great reviews, very fitting your tastes. Thank you. Yeah, man. I like finding reviewers that I have a similar taste to, and then I can often trust their recommendations. So, and then he says, greetings from Mexico, thinking to get Toomey Continuum because the tobacco note, your opinion of it. Yeah, I love Toomey Continuum. It actually reminds me a good bit of the original Spice Bomb. So I would, here's Toomey Continuum. If you like the original Spice Bomb, or even like Spice Bomb Infrared, either the EDT or the EDP, it's got a similar kind of hot, sweet spiciness and that tobacco note, that textured tobacco and woods. It's not a clone of Spice Bomb, but it's, I would say, definitely inspired. They're not redundant. It's just if you like this and this style of fragrances, then you would definitely like this. I really like it. I bought it because I got a free sample in a box of fragrances that I bought, and I just got a little carded sample and I ordered it because I liked it that much. So yeah, Toomey Continuum, very good and definitely recommended, especially if you like Spice Bomb, either the original or those ones that smell similar to the original. It is that style of fragrance. So, all right. And then we've got Flo saying, there's a dupe for Roberto Cavalli Uomo 2016. I can't find it in Romania. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. With designer fragrances that aren't massively popular, you don't see a lot of alternatives or dupes unless it's like a Dua or generic perfumes or something like that, or even Fragbar, unless it's a company that does alternatives like that to designer fragrances. I will tell you, Perfume Parlor, I bet they ship to Romania, and I would just about guarantee that they make an alternative to the Roberto Cavalli Uomo 2016. I just say that because they make a lot of alternatives to designer fragrances, so that would definitely be one to check out. Picasso says, I love PDM Altair. Can you say some fragrances from the same wipe, not clones? I'm not exactly sure what you mean, but you probably mean things that are similar. I would say, nothing is exactly like it, but things that are in the same family would be like Byron the Chronic is a phenomenal vanilla, amber, spicy fragrance, definitely in the same family. Even something like Nishane Ani is a similar, it's, vanilla, ginger, citrus. So definitely in the same family. Even something as simple as Mercedes-Benz Club Black. This one is, more vanilla for sure, but it's amazing. It's not spicy, but it's vanilla, ambroxan, and a touch of incense. Those would be some good options to look into. And honestly, even Clive Christian Blonde Amber. That's another one that's in a similar vein, although none of those are going to smell exactly like it. But I would say most certainly if you love Altair, then you're probably really going to like all those other ones that I just mentioned. All right, Javier says, thanks a lot. I'll buy it. My local retailer doesn't have Continuum. Yeah, it's good. It's really good. And, an online retailer, you're going to get a better price anyway. John V says, what is your favorite cinnamon heavy fragrance? So, yeah, not the big red gum type. Yeah, I'm with you. And funny enough, this one that I just mentioned, which is a Wajan, Parfums de Marly Wajan alternative, Oajan. Whether you buy Wajan from Parfums de Marly, set you back about $300. Whether you buy Fragrance World's Legion, their alternative to Wajan, or this one, which is Nusuk Fawa Midnight Edition. these are the most cinnamon forward fragrances that I own, and they smell amazing. They're not that sort of like, you know, there's a lot of fragrances that have like that bubblegum cinnamon vibe, you know, something like, you know, either 1 Million Privé or Pandora Scents Milano Privé. You know, that's definitely a more artificial cinnamon, but I would say something like this is much more like actual cinnamon. So again, this one is Nusuk Fawa Midnight Edition. Hopefully you can either see that or pause the video or something and find it. Or if you can find this one, it's absolutely as good. You might even get it cheaper. Fragrance World Legion. So, all right, what else we got? CMA says, I wore Aramis today. Okay, still one-of-a-kind masculine fragrance. It is, absolutely. That's legendary. Flo says, thank you. I'll try there. If I don't succeed, I'll buy something similar with honey and tobacco like Naxos. Yeah, Naxos is great. Very good. I would say that it is much farther from Parfums de Marly Altair than the ones that I mentioned, for sure, but it still smells amazing. You know, Naxos is phenomenal. Okay, one more I forgot to mention. So this is the third of the three that I got from this brand. This one's called Whisper. It's an alternative to Sauvage, and I do actually have, you know, I've got obviously the original Sauvage, and this is the one that I would say out of all of them is least like the original, just because Sauvage is so nuclear strong. I mean, it can be like offensively strong. This one is a little smoother and a little sweeter, almost like it's the EDP or the Parfum or something. It's almost like a blend of the EDT, EDP, and Parfum. It definitely still has that Sauvage DNA. It smells amazing. I love Sauvage like 90% of the population does. But this one, I would say, out of the three, is the one that is least impressive as far as the accuracy factor. I would say these two legitimately are killer. This is an amazing Lost Cherry alternative. This is, I don't know how close it is to Symphony. I just know I love it. My wife and my daughter love it, and it's very strong, very powerful, very realistic smelling fruits with that ginger and a little bit of kind of a, you know, oceanic aquatic vibe. So that's what I got. All right, Flo says, Wajan is great, but I love Cologne Unique Spicy Blood Orange. Man, I love it for real. Yeah, it is. Cologne is definitely unique for sure. I never can wear it. Like, I like it, and I like the opening. You know, to me, it almost smells like it has iris in it. It's got almost like a cosmetic waxy vibe with that orange and that saffron, and you know, I really like the opening, but like 30 minutes in, that earthy vibe, I don't know why. I like a lot of earthy fragrances. I mean, I could name 5 like soil earthy fragrances that I like, but something about Cologne after the opening, I literally cannot wear it. I have to wash it off my skin. I wish that I liked it, honestly, because it is unique, and you know, so I get it, and consider yourself blessed that you like it. A lot of people don't, but it's one of those things that I wish that I enjoyed it, you know, because it's a very interesting fragrance. So Brad says, scent of the day, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Pour Homme. Yeah, man, an oldie but a goodie. My scent of the day, I dug this back out. Man, this is fire. I'd kind of forgotten about it. It's been a while since I wore it, but so this is a subhouse of Armaf called Just Jack. This is Noir Endurance, and it is available again. I found it in a couple different stores. I think it's at Fragflex right now. Probably fragrancebuy.ca as well, because they're the same store now. One is the US storefront, one is the Canadian storefront, but this stuff is awesome. This is powdery, spicy, sweet, like gourmand sweet, lots of warm spiciness and some powder coming from some orris. This stuff is phenomenal. I mean, you can see how much I've worn. So I love this. This is my scent of the day. And I literally like reapplied a couple hours ago because it is just that freaking good. So anybody else, put your scent of the day in there and I'll sound off on your scent of the day before we end the stream. Flo says, same vibe here. I love earthy scents too, but cologne is too much into it. Yeah. CMA says, I like Herod from that collection. Yeah, Herod is fire. Somebody was asking me about Herod earlier today. Can't remember who. Oh, I know what it was. No, it was a friend of mine that I haven't seen in a couple years. He texted me. He saw one of my videos from, I think, last week, the Maison Alhambra list that I did of their top 10 fragrances last week. And I got a random text from him after a couple years. I used to work with him, and he bought the Maison Alhambra alternative to Herod, which is called Hercules, and he's loving it. So, yeah, it's such a great scent. I mean, Herod is incredible. That one's incredible. Hercules, so really good stuff. All right, well, unless you guys have anything else to say, so here's my plan. I know a lot of you weren't here at the beginning. I mentioned that I've had 3 videos removed by YouTube over the past month or 5 weeks, and it's totally sketchy. Like, it's the same thing that's happened to a lot of content creators over the past year. They're saying that I'm promoting counterfeit products, which is ridiculous because, you know, these kinds of fragrances have literally gone through U.S. federal court several times, and every time the verdict is, you know, that it is not illegal to emulate a fragrance profile because they consider the creation of a fragrance to be a science and a skill rather than an art. All that being said, if YouTube wants to crack down on Middle Eastern fragrance alternatives, they should go after the companies rather than going after me. I may, you know, whatever. I'm bringing in a few $100s a month from YouTube. They're making billions. So all that being said, the only reason I'm mentioning it is because I had a couple videos where I had a giveaway. In the video, you know, I'll do that. I'll say, you know, subscribe to the channel, like, and comment, and I'll give away a fragrance. All that being said, whenever they delete the videos, I lose everything. I lose the comments. I lose everything. Of course, the revenue. And so I have no idea who commented, who liked, whatever. And so what I want to do is on this video, I'm going to do a giveaway, and I'll probably do this on a couple live streams, unless it gets removed, because a couple weeks ago I literally had a live stream removed. But what I'm going to give away, if I can find it, yeah, I'm going to give away this one because one of my videos that got removed was my generic perfumes video. So this is a killer Le Beau Paradise Garden alternative. It is very strong. I think generic perfumes makes amazing fragrances. And so all you have to do to win this, if you want, it's a 50 ml. You know, most of my generic perfume fragrances are 30 ml, so it's a pretty good sized bottle. So if you want to win this, then I need you to subscribe to the channel, I need you to like, and I need you to comment. And what I'm going to do is I'll probably announce it in my live stream over next weekend. So all you've got to do in order to enter the giveaway is be subscribed, comment, and like. And unfortunately, it does have to be, in order for me to ship to you, it does have to be in the US. It's so complicated to ship internationally right now because of tariff stuff and all that. So, and it's just very expensive. It was always expensive. So point being, you know, if you're in the US, subscribe, like, and comment, and I will pick a winner, and I'll probably announce it in the next live stream. That's probably the best way to do it. And I'd be happy to send it out to you. So it's Le Beau Paradise Garden. Extremely accurate. To me, it's more accurate than any of the big brand ones that I have. It's more accurate than, you know, whatever, Latafas. It's more accurate than Tribal Exotic. So yeah, subscribe, like, comment, and I will pick a name. I'll do random number generator, pick a name before the next live stream. So Edgar says, right on, Justin. Keep coming with the additional content. Thank you. Flo says, Vu Patisserie, that is a dupe for Italica. Yes, it is. And what I was saying about it is it smells amazing, but it's like weak sauce. So I'm expecting it's going to strengthen, over hopefully the next couple weeks. That's what usually happens with these, but I really like the way it smells. We'll see what happens on the performance, though. Flo says, if I win this one, I want to make it a present to another subscriber. Okay, cool. Sweet, sweet. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining the stream and interacting. To me, that's the best part about these live streams. I will see you on the next one. The next one's probably going to be on a Saturday, but I'll post on the channel and announce when it's going to be. So hope you have an amazing rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you on